Now we're starting our class. Yes, how are you? Just a minute. Are you all able to see my shared screen? Okay, good afternoon. Was it evening? Yes. So today we are going to learn about measurement, and we are going to, based on our objectives, we are going to define what measurement is and learn about what physical basic quantities are and derived physical quantities are. So we all encounter measurement in our day in, day out life, and we can define measurement as the process of determining a known physical quantity using a standard quantity. So an example is when you're asked to determine the length of maybe a laboratory table, you are going to use maybe a meter rule or a tape measure to identify the unknown physical quantity. Now, your standard quantity will be your meter rule, or your tape measure. Yeah, so that's why we say it as a process. So we have two types of physical quantities. One is referred to as the fundamental or the basic quantities, and the other one is referred to as the derived quantities. Now, fundamental quantities, these are quantities which are independent of other physical quantities, while the derived quantities are the ones which are obtained from the basic quantities. We are going to define what a physical quantity is before we move forward so that you can be able to understand. Physical quantity is anything that is measurable. Example is time. We also have pressure, temperature, volume, even density, etc. We are going to look it into fundamental quantities, and we have 7 basic fundamental quantities in our SI system. Now, the SI system, what you are referring is the units of measurement that is accepted worldwide. So we have 7 of them, and the first 3 important ones are mass, length, and time. So we know that mass is measured in kilograms, length is measured in meters. Yes? Chebon, do you have anything to say? We have temperature. Okay, we have temperature that's measured in Kelvin. Time is measured in seconds. Light intensity is measured in candela. Amount of substance is usually measured in mole, while the last one, which is electric current, is measured in amperes. So we're going to get to look into derived quantities, and we had mentioned earlier that derived quantities, they are obtained from the basic quantities. So examples are the ones that are given you is density, and we all know that density, denoted by rho, is given as mass all over volume. So mass is a basic quantity, while volume is a derived quantity. And we know that volume is the multiplication of 3 lengths, which is length, width, and height. That is why we say density is a derived quantity. The other example that I've given you is force, and we know that force can be given as mass times gravity or mass times acceleration. Yes, so for mass times gravity, we have the SI unit as newtons. So until then, I hope you've understood what measurement is and the two types of physical quantities that we have in measurement. So I'm going to leave you with one assignment. You go and find out what a unit is. So that marks the end of our lesson today. Thank you, and enjoy your afternoon. Any question? Any question, class? Yes, thank you.